Wait, I need to double check this. I don't quite trust StreamYard just quite yet, like 100%. Because obvious reasons. One, an obvious boomer, and two, it's a rather new platform, I guess you could say. So should be a little bit interesting. We're experimenting. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. You guys can hear me all right, right? I plugged in my microphone after I set up this whole thingy. I think I spelled the stream correctly when I began, but I don't know. But you guys can hear me all right, correct? Right? And you can see me. I can see that you can see me. Yeah, we can see Weebo. Excellent. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So I am in my new setup right now. In terms of roomage, you know, this whole. Yes, okay, I get it. We can hear Weebo. This whole moving every 5 or 6 or whatever months. It's starting to get old, you know. 9 months in a dorm room and then 3 months at home and then 9 months and then 3 months and 9 months. It's starting to get a little bit old. Luckily, I'm almost over it now. Senior year has begun, and your girl Weebo is ready. Is ready. And I gotta open up the other links that I didn't open up yet, but yep, this was a very impromptu stream that I decided to start. Sue me. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Gotta open up the Streamlabs, because otherwise people are gonna donate and then they're gonna get mad at me when I don't remember that Streamlabs is a thing. I just thought of that. All right, we're good. I do like the way that this is kind of configured, but I don't think we're gonna keep it when we get into the main, show type stuff later on. Obviously, that hasn't started yet. I haven't officially decided on what the schedule's gonna be, mainly because so I applied for a job, right? And I got it. And I'm supposed to start this week, but your girl does not have her work schedule yet. And I'm supposed to start on Monday, or at least, the week of the 25th. So I'm a little bit worried. That's not a big deal, though. Everything else is kind of sorted. The music group that I'm a part of, we don't have a set schedule quite yet, so that'll be a little bit wonky when I finally get settled into that. I'll probably have to schedule the stream schedule around the rehearsal schedule so that they don't conflict with each other, because we still have to do auditions. We lost like half of our group last year to graduation, and so we need to replenish that, What else? Hello everyone in the chat, by the way. Serious with days off, miss you on side quests. I know, it is unfortunate that I can't be part of side quests this year, but it's not forever. Don't you worry, your pretty little minds. Someday I'll be back, I promise. Pinky swear. I actually had a reason to wear my old costume. The one from season 2, not season 3. Or wait. Is this season 3 or is it season 4? I can't keep track. I can't remember. What did Magog say it was? Does anyone remember? But yeah, I had an opportunity for today's video, actually, that's going out tomorrow, while I was filming it, to wear the old costume. The one with the hood and the gray sweatshirt, essentially. Yeah. Oh, it is season 4. Okay, thank you guys. I was wondering about that. I couldn't remember. Good to know. Good to know. Speaking of Discords, you guys should check out the Discord. It's linked down in the description down below. It's my personal channel's Discord, and I'm quite proud of it. I put it together all by my little lonesome self. And tomorrow, I believe tomorrow night, we will be doing a game night sort of thing. I haven't figured out the time yet, but we'll be doing some gaming quiplash stuff there. So if you would like to join us, definitely be part of that Discord, and I'll make an announcement in there when it is that we get that underway. What else? I'm all over the place today, guys. I don't have like a set thing that I want to talk about. I don't have... I have no articles prepped either. I just wanted to go live, because it's been a while. Well, it's been, almost a week and a half or so? Yeah, I'm all over the place. I'm a spaz, naturally. Without anyone to wrangle me, I am a little bit of a kind of all over the place type person. Just because I think I might have like. No, I don't have ADHD. They would have caught it by now. Anyway, cynical Lindsay. Hi. The memes of distraction, destruction, working as intended. Cynical Lindsay. Okay, potato engage. It should be fine because I got the hardline wire connection, so the Wi-Fi should maintain unless the school decides that they want to start doing more maintenance on everything that includes the hardline connection. Oh my god. By the way, that was a bitch to get installed because not only do you have to apply for a hardline connection, right? Because usually it's just you plug it in and then you're good. It's fine. It's whatever. But the school requests that you send them all this other information on top of pictures of the front and back of your PC, and they want to know your make and model of your computer. And here's the thing. My computer is a custom build. I built it last year with Balik, or with Balik's help. He just figured out that I forgot to plug something in when it wasn't working. But that's besides the point. They want the front and the back of your computer because I think they want to make sure that you're plugging in like an actual PC, not like another router or anything. And then they want the I don't know what it's called. Me, the computer science major, does not know what it's called. But wherever it is that the hard line plugs in to the wall, there's a number above that determines which plug it is. So they need to know which one to turn on. Last year, they had to actually physically come into the house and turn the whole thing on manually. This year, I guess they just flipped a switch wherever it is that the, main router is for the school, and bada bang, bada boom. I got Wi-Fi, but they didn't notify me of it. And so I was just like checking every day, like, do I have Wi-Fi? Do I have Wi-Fi? Do I have Wi-Fi? So for the longest time, this computer was out of commission and I had to use this crappy old Apple laptop, which, I use anyway for homework and typing out the scripts, but I couldn't actually physically do anything on this, which is why we've had to postpone the Quiplash gaming night to this weekend. They want your privacy over convenience, Weeb. Maybe, I guess. So who else do we have in the chat? Jim Johnson, Lindsay, Irate Prostate, Yolander. Hello, everybody. I'm so hyped for this school year. This year I have it's senior year, so we'll be working on senior theses, which means that I have to write a 30 to 40 page paper on a topic of my choice with a faculty sponsor, which is what I was running around doing all week on top of everything else that I had to do, which was move in. I do not have a booker. Thank you, Johnny Blaze. So at some point in the next 24 to 48 hours, I'll probably have a sponsor and a topic, and I'll start working on my senior thesis for psychology major. The next semester, I start working on my senior project, which I'm kind of excited about. I think I'm going to be developing an application. I think it's going to be really useful, and I think that if I do it right, and if I play my cards right, I could sell it for a frackle ton of moonies. And retire after college, because that's always been the goal, graduate from school and then retire immediately afterwards. That's what I wanted to do. I thought you were already an adult. I mean, technically, yeah, I'm an adult. I've been 18 for 3 years, so I'm an adult, but I'm 21. To be clear, Blue Crusader, I am 21 years of age, a senior in college, and I'm about to start the rest of my life in like 9 months' time after I graduate. College is too hard of work. Wait, what? 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 Oh. Oh, that's how Streamlabs show up. I did not know that. Okay. All right. Cool. I freaked out a little bit. I'm like, what's going on here? Okay. Thank you, Kens, for the $2. Hi, Jacob Winky Face. Oh yeah, I should probably log into the Streamlabs, which I haven't done yet. I just typed it in. It's Frazzletaff. That's a word. I've coined it. It's mine now. I'm just going on a t-shirt. What else? And we're black screen again. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Or black screen again. It's fine. Stop doing that, please. You're freaking me out, StreamYard. Yeah, VidCon was a lot of fun because I was a newly minted 21-year-old. It was kind of like my 21-year-old party, like the one that you have that you're supposed to have, and I never did have because I went to a winery instead of actually partying and peeing my guts out like a normal person. Although at VidCon, and we're black screening again. I guess the Wi-Fi isn't as perfect as I'd like it to be, but that's fine. I'll just email the school and ask them to do something about that. Hopefully they will. They're very accommodating when it comes to that kind of stuff, especially if you go and you email the president. He's very on top of getting back to you about stuff, which I've had to do every once in a while. Weebo's 21? Shit, I thought I was actually older than one of the people I watch. No. Maybe? I don't know. I'm usually the youngest person on a stream whenever it is that I go there. It's actually kind of sad, but it's fine. But it's not. But it's whatever. I don't mind. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Oh yeah. The channel survey, the one that I had everyone fill out, or the one that I'd like everyone to fill out, it's linked in the description. That's kind of to help me gauge exactly what we're gonna do for streams when I finally roll that out. What games you guys would like to play in the Discord when we do game nights. What kind of content you'd like to see in videos normally that I do. And that's just to kind of help me focus on what it is that you guys like versus what I like to do. Because I like to do everything, but I'd rather spend more time on content that people actually enjoy as opposed to wasting it on content that, you know, no one actually likes. So I don't have an example of that because you guys have a pretty varied direction that you like to go with in terms of content. But I like input. I like feedback. I like surveys because, you know, psychology major. So it's kind of how I like to analyze things. How can I best improve my content based off of what you guys liked and not? You know how it be. College is not worth it these days. Actually, I think you'll find that it is, not so much for the actual education that it can give you, because you can learn everything that you need to out of textbooks. And the degree is pretty much just a piece of paper. But the connections that you make at college, the people that you talk to, the people that you make relationships with, they can help you get a long ways. My aunt has always, I think it was my aunt, maybe it was my dad, one of the adults in my life told me once that the greatest tool at your disposal are your connections in life. The people that you can talk to that you can use to get ahead of other people. Because, I mean, anyone can learn anything that they want. But getting certain people to like you is a little bit harder, depending on your personality, depending on your interests with that person, depending on your ability to speak with that person or your dedication to talking with that person. So yeah, connections are important. And I think college is a very good apparatus to use to get those connections, especially at my school. The way that they do that is very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's involved. We've got a lot of resources, and so I think that's why I'm paying such an inflated price for my education, is because of those connections that I'll make as I go through college and as I leave college, because we have a very dedicated alumni network as well. So yeah. Who was renting Monkey Weebo Jones? Wait, is he here? Is Monkey here? Weebo Jones, you gotta start at the professionals again. I don't think we're gonna start at the professionals because I don't know what SDA has plans-wise in terms of what she wants to do with her live content. I know she wants to do book clubs with Bay more often than anything else. We haven't really talked recently, but I'm probably going to do some more content situated around talking to people that I like talking to people about things that I like talking to, the news for one, obviously, but media for a second. And I don't know if I want it to be as structured as the professionals was, mainly just because I like that free flowing kind of just wherever we go, it's where we go type of content. And maybe that's Ranting Monkey's influence. I do watch a lot of Monkey in the morning. It's an ungodly amount. Even though I'm never awake for the shows, I watch it in the backlog. But I like discussions. Discussions that you don't know where they're going to go. Of course, the problem with that is at some point they might get a little bit too into a department that I'm not supposed to delve into conversationally, and then we might have to cut it off immediately right there. But that is something that we'll tackle when it happens. And my phone just went off. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm looking at the backlog of chat. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. That's fine. It's not a big deal. You know, the thing that I don't like about this, right, is ooh, you can put banners. I see the @ but it doesn't highlight like it does in the stream chat, unfortunately, but that's fine. What else? Wait, that was structured as Joys of Sorrow. Yeah, it was actually. We had a whole show planned out, and we had like a time limit for each segment. So there is that. The memes of destruction says you need some ad lib. I agree. And you know, I honestly like the aspect of having people come on and talking to them about whatever it is that they fancy, in terms of just news or media or what have you. And I don't like having to keep them to like a specific sect of time, which unfortunately was what we did with the professionals. But, you know, we did have some good conversations. I'll say that. My alumni services were interested in my money, not getting the employment. Why would your alumni services be interested in money? The alumni are the ones that donate to the school, I thought. Hey dude 77, on that note, I'm in a motel for the weekend with nothing to do if you want to have a chat. We haven't gotten a chance for a full conversation in a long time. Yeah, maybe I'll take you up on that offer. I don't plan on staying on this stream for more than an hour or so. We'll be here for like another 40 minutes, mainly because I gotta do my laundry. And then I should probably do some homework. I spent a good 6 to 7 hours today editing a video, mainly because I was lazy and I put it off until the very last minute. Not put it off. I had all of the links saved and I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but I didn't have the script written until this morning. And then I didn't have anything filmed until this afternoon. And then I didn't have anything edited until like 6 in the evening. And by that time I was starving my balls off. So I ordered a pizza, and now I'm hanging out with you guys because I need a brain break. I need to talk to somebody. I haven't engaged with anyone all day. It's kind of lonely. It's unfortunate, but such is life. What else we got here? Hello, Mosquito. How are you? Morpheus 29. My stand-up comedy career started and ended in college. I'm not PC, so I had to stop or get kicked out. In retrospect, I could have stood my ground because I left it. Or I should have stood my ground because I left anyway. Well, see, the thing is, I don't see this as a career. Like, YouTube is a fun hobby. I like doing it. It's something that I'm passionate about, but it's not something that I want to turn into a job. Because I feel like the moment that I start turning it into a job is the moment I just, lose all passion for it. I don't know. The pressure is amplified then. I like computers, and I like people and their heads and what's going on in them, which is why I'm majoring in both of those departments. I, think I can make some good money as a computer scientist. Definitely. And I don't have to have that pressure of engaging with people as much in that respect, because they're computers in my professional life. So I wouldn't get that frustrated. So I wouldn't get fired. So we're good. I think if I were a psychologist, I'd lose my crap constantly. It just wouldn't be a good time. So I like that aspect in terms of learning about things and being able to understand how to communicate with people better and understand people better on that level. But in terms I had to get a new light, so everything's a little bit weird. Thank you to Irate Prostate, who donated $5 to say, "Don't ever say I never gave you anything. Welcome back to the digital shit show." Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I'm sorry. I'm roboting. Okay, so when that happens, when my face goes black and you can't see anything, is it just roboting, or like, can you not hear me at all? You blame the Russian Weebo had a brain fart. Jim Adams. You know, okay. I want to take a moment. Because we make fun of Joe Biden for his little gaffe mistakes on stage. You know, that's how it be. But a lot of us don't really have a lot of room to judge. You know, it very well could be that that man is suffering from, you know, debilitating brain disease like dementia or Alzheimer's, but it's even more likely that it's just he's human and speaking is hard. Have you guys ever tried to publicly speak? Especially after you get your wisdom teeth out. Oh my God. But really though, public speaking is hard. That's why I'm a tutor in public speaking, and even I screw it up from time all the time. Let's be honest. But yeah, public speaking is hard. No one's perfect at it unless you work and work and work at it, which I guess we should expect from a potential presidential candidate. But, you know, we all have our strong suits. Not saying that he's excused from the, you know, humiliation of his own gaffes, but I'm a little bit more understanding about that. I don't think he's quite senile. I think he's just awkward. Obama was awkward. Oh God, was he awkward. Oh boy, damn, now that's a poor head. You like my 5 head? Ooh, yeah, it's a family trait. Means we have big brains. What else we got here? Fuck Hunt 3000, but he's an old guy with confidence. Weebo Joan. Old is what I'm saying. I guess he is old, obviously, but you know, people are people. They make mistakes. I'll allow him his gaffes. I'll make fun of it, but I'll allow him that. That's if it's all said and done, that's not going to be the reason that I'm not going to vote for him. It'll be his politics rather than his inability to speak properly on stage. Come on. Jim Johnson, what's that ring, Weebo? This is a promise ring from my boyfriend of 4.5 years. Promise is an intention to be engaged and then married eventually. So there's that. Had it since March, actually, give or take a few days, as in like our last anniversary. You know, it was time. We both have promise rings for each other. Basically, it's just a placeholder, but it's a pretty ring. What else we got? What is your political leaning? So I've done. Okay, disclaimer. And this is going to be a long explanation. I've done the political compass test, and I've done the political leanings thing. Like it gives you the several different traits and where you lean towards, where you don't lean, or whatever. And I've done that a number of times, and each time it kind of fluctuates, but centers around the middle, and that necessarily doesn't mean a whole lot, quite honestly, because that doesn't tell you, for instance, my stance on abortion. That doesn't tell you, for instance, my fiscal stance. That doesn't tell you my my stance on like social programs. It doesn't tell you my stance on roads. It just tells you that I have a lot of things that bring me close to the center in terms of political ideology, and that there's a bit of variance there. And that's the thing about statistics or just anything that attempts to measure a person on a broad scope compared to other people. So I always like to say, in terms of political ideology, don't ask me which way I lean. Ask me which way I lean on this topic, or what is my stance on this thing or this thing, because that's going to give you a bigger understanding of the person that I am, rather than if I were just to say, oh, I'm a libertarian, or oh, I'm a Democrat, or oh, I'm a socialist, stuff like that, And I think a lot of people are in that way. I don't think that labels do anyone justice, for that matter. Maybe there are people who are hardline, exactly libertarian types. Maybe there are people who are exactly ANCAP types. But I don't want to say I feel like, but they're not as plentiful as the amount of people that are more centered or like kind of spaced across the spectrum. And that's the only real spectrum in terms of anything that matters to me on any identitarian shenanigans. Like, there's a spectrum of skin color. It doesn't matter. Sure, you can be this dark or this white. It doesn't matter. There's nothing inherently meaningful about that spectrum of skin color. It's what you do as a person, obviously, and it's what you think as a person too. Weebo is in favor of common sense. Yes, I guess we could go on that. What is my stance on roads? I quite enjoy using them a lot. I do a lot of driving, so I think that, they should be there. I like roads, which means I'm disqualified from being a libertarian. Sorry. I know it's a meme and it's not a wholesale and accurate one, but it still gets me. I don't know why, it just does. The memes of destruction likes trains. I too, actually, okay, funny story, right? Of all of the modes that I've traveled in, and that's like by cruise ship, boat, that's by sailboat, that's by like car, plane. Train is my favorite. Traveling by train is 100% better than any other mode of transportation, in my opinion. And this is coming from someone who's doing a lot of traveling. A lot. Because in a plane, you can't really enjoy the ride as much as you'd want to. You can't get up, walk around, and, meet new people. It's just kind of like you get on, you get off, is what it is. But on a train, they have the sleeper cars, they have the dining car, they have the observation car, and you can meander between the different cars as much as you want, as long as you want, and you can, well, not do whatever you want. There's not a lot of Wi-Fi there, but you can meet new people. The Amish love the train, or maybe it's not the Amish. The other group of people that live very, very frugally in terms of life. But yeah, you do meet a lot of new people. You get to interact with the crew of the train a lot more. And you get to look out the window and appreciate the scenery, because you are literally just traveling cross country. And you don't have to worry about whether or not you're going to hit anything, usually, because you're not the driver. And it's a set track. So all you have to do is make sure that you're getting on and off at the right time. That's it. And it sometimes can take days between getting on and getting off. So you're just relaxing the whole time. You don't have to do anything. It's fantastic. I've been on 2 train trips like that in my entire life, and both of them were some of the best experiences that I've ever had. So I fully endorse this mode of transportation. Yeah, it is. It's really cool. The last train trip that I went on, actually, my grandfather's still alive. It was with my 5 cousins, my grandmother, and my aunt. And we were in, I believe it was North Dakota. And this isn't going to be very much of an endorsement, but we actually hit a bulldozer on the tracks. Unfortunately, you could probably look this up on the internet. It's a story that was published on a news website somewhere. I could probably find it if I had the desire to distract myself once again. But yeah, the train hit a bulldozer. There was only one casualty, and it was the bulldozer driver person. And I guess he'd been listening to the music on his headphones, and he didn't realize that there was a train inbound. So we got derailed. We had to get a new engine flown out. We delayed by maybe a day, half a day, give or take. And And it was fine. It wasn't a big deal. Business as usual afterwards, and all of the crew were really facilitating. We ran out of some of the food, which was fine, but they have a whole bunch of, spares stocked in case something like this were to happen, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, it's a story. It's one of the cooler aspects of my travels. That and when I went to Greece, that was fun too. Oh, I forgot about buses. Yes, Lion Patriot, the Mennonites. I think that's exactly who I was referencing without referencing. Hi, Scribe. How are you? Was the tractor okay? No, I think that they had to retire the bulldozer. It was fine, except for the dead guy. Am I back? Is it working? Is it fine? Okay. I had to switch computers again. Sorry, guys. Hopefully it's not a bother. The Clintons got her. What'd you guys do? You got me in trouble? I was just talking about trains. It's not even that controversial. Come on. Come on. All right, let's see if I exit and open it again, see what happens. So I guess the wired connection is fucked. Yay! Cool. Joy, which severely limits my ability to live stream apparently now. I'm gonna have to talk to the school about that. These bastards. Checking the proxy and firewall. Running dot. Yep, that helps. Sorry, guys. That's fine. But at least we're testing out the Wi-Fi this way. It did take me a while to actually upload the video to my channel this afternoon, so, I shouldn't be surprised. Why am I surprised? Anyway, it's fine. That's why we have the second computer. It's not a big deal. At some point, I'm going to have to upgrade this bad boy because this is, it's a MacBook. It's a MacBook that's 5 years old. It's a MacBook Air that's 5 years old. It's got 4 gigabytes of RAM, and the shift key is cracked in half because I tapped too hard. It's fine. I'm saving up for that upgrade. It's fine. But the moment that I do get it, I'll be able to run more complicated software for streaming shenanigans at the same time, and it'll be on Wi-Fi, so it won't be as unreliable as my PC, which is fantastic for editing and drawing and all of the other things that I want to do, except for when it comes to running streams, which is what I also designed it to do, but it's not doing. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Should have went to the bathroom when the stream was out. I went to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom before the stream happened, which is why we were 2 minutes late. I had to pee. Good night, Blue Crusader. Hope you sleep well. My MacBook lasted 7 years. Well, yeah, no, it's fine, you know, for what I needed to do, which is very basic stuff like school typing and scripting and all that jazz. But it's not fine for what I needed to do or what I want. Okay, it's fine for what I needed to do, but not for what I wanted to do, which is all of the other aspects that, you know, I built my PC for, which PC does fantastically. And it's nice to have like something that's solid, that's stable, that's right there that I don't have to worry about. But I'd also like to have that portable aspect so that I can, you know, film better quality things, so that I can edit better quality things on the go, especially since I can only ever edit here at my desk in small quantities. I can't use Premiere Pro on my MacBook because it's so blech. I can only use iMovie, and even then that just overclocks it to the nth degree, and it's just a pain in the butt. So I don't do a lot of editing on this one anymore, not like in the olden days when this was my only apparatus to edit anything. Oh my gosh. I tried, before I got the PC, let me tell you guys remember my Teen Titans video? The Teen Titans review of episode 1, I think it was like 54 minutes long. Yeah, I edited that bad boy on this computer, and it was frustrating. It took me almost 12 hours to actually just edit the goddamn thing. Not just filming and doing all the other stuff, like watching the episode and then writing a review, but editing the video took us such a long time because of the simple fact that my computer would freeze and then it would quit unexpectedly. And so not only would I have to make sure that I'm saving every 5 seconds, but because it's so small, because there's not a lot of, you know, ventilation, and because, you know, it's not meant to be able to handle that kind of nonsense, because video processing and editing, it's very strenuous thing to put your computer through, which is why, you know, you build the builds that you build for that kind of a thing, because that build can handle what you need it to do. If I were to run OBS on this thing, I don't think it would be able to handle it as well as, say, the PC does. But the PC problem is that for whatever reason, the Wi-Fi that I'm using is not always the best. Like I said, I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with that. I'll probably just send an angry email to the school at some point in the next 24 hours. But there's not really much I can do about it, unfortunately. Yeah, 16 gigabytes of RAM is minimum. Next computer I build is going to be a minimum of 32. I did go for 2 8 gigs of RAM sticks when I originally built this computer. Right now it's only running off of 8 gigs because one of the sticks of RAM, for whatever reason, whenever I insert it, and this has been a problem since the beginning, doesn't let me boot up the computer. So I'm thinking I'm going to probably also have to upgrade the motherboard, which is fine. I was going to do that anyway because the motherboard is kind of... I cheaped out on it. I did. I really did. Everything else I was like, oh my gosh, I need the lighty up things. And I need the best processor that I can possibly buy without being the best one. Yeah, I got a good processor. I got everything else pretty well, except for the motherboard. That's because I didn't know what I was really doing. I mean, I did, but I didn't. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. I mean, because I did switch computers. I didn't get a chance to switch the mic. It's still plugged into the PC. It's not plugged into here. I'm just using the computer's microphone, which is, you know, fine for what I needed to do. But, you know, I have the Yeti for a reason. What else? I just built my new Beast 32 gigabytes of RAM and ooh, nice. Comms good. Hear you. Excelente. Yeah, see, I do a lot of troubleshooting on the cuff. That's how you know that you're, good at what you do. It's because you can, in the moment, correct for such things as this. Had to do that a lot this summer, especially teaching the kiddos, because some of their stuff would crap out, and I'd have to figure out how to get them around their things crapping out, because I was teaching the YouTube class at the same time as I was teaching Java. Well, not at the same time, but I was teaching both those classes, and the YouTube one has a lot of equipment, and we were using Lenovo's. Can you believe that? Lenovo's to edit videos and stream and stuff. Those computers, those laptops were not built to be able to handle what it is that we were asking them to do, especially when there are 10-year-old kids doing the things on them, and they're switching constantly between Premiere Pro and Fortnite. So what else do we got here, guys? Am I missing anything? Yes, we are having issues. Thank you, StreamYard. Here's what it is. So I have a video coming out tomorrow, and I'm kind of excited for it. I pulled out all the steps. I got into costume a little bit. It's one that I told you I was filming with the Old Nameless Thief costume. That's because I needed something that was hooded and whatnot. I didn't actually wear the mask, which is fine. But it turned out really well, actually. I'm expanding my editing ability, my acting ability, well, not that there's much of an acting ability. It's mostly just extravagant shenanigans spewing out of my face at any given point in time, which is fine. I enjoy that. But yeah, I donned the old outfit in part of the video, and I did some dramaticizing, which I'm fine with. I enjoy doing that. And I just cranked it out in like 6 hours. And I'm exhausted, so I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys. How was the semester so far? Haven't gotten my seminar topic. Haven't had a seminar meeting yet. You guys are gonna get a kick out of this one. I decided that I wanted to start auditing a class with Balik, actually, and it's a class. It's an archaeology class because Balik and Weebo enjoy that stuff, but Balik mostly enjoys that stuff because that's his career. But it's archaeology of like ancient Britain, which, if you are unfamiliar with that, Britain has a lot of history in that department. A lot of things to dig up, from Doggerland to bog bodies, which are super fascinating. I cannot wait to learn about them. But the very first thing that a professor does, well, not the very first thing, he goes over the syllabus and he starts talking about what to expect from the class, and then he pulls out this big shopping bag from Walmart. I think it was Walmart. And he puts it on the table and he's like, "So I have a gift for you." And he hands us each a big hunk of flint, which, if you guys don't know, it's a rock. But it's the type of rock that prehistoric humans used to use to make tools, or they would use it as tool fodder. So they'd make knives and arrowheads and axes, tools. They'd make tools out of it. And they would do really crude tools, obviously. But they would turn them into tools using deer antlers, which was the next thing he pulled out of the bag. Deer antlers. And then he finally ends up the conversation with putting like a whole thing of leather on the table for each of us. Each of us. There are only 5 people in the class. And he's got deer antlers. It's not peat. It's... Oh my god, I can't remember what... I'm having another Weebo brain fart. Holy crap. Flint, there we go. He puts flint on the table, and then like the 2 antlers, and we're supposed to use the antlers to bash against the flint and then turn it into a tool. And that's our like first assignment. Not that I'm getting graded on it, but everyone else is because I'm auditing. But that's the first assignment, and it's 6% of the overall grade for the class. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, is he serious? Like, this is a college professor, and he's just given us prehistoric tool making apparatuses. And this is an assignment, experimental archaeology, that's what it is. And I am so hyped for the rest of this semester. It's a 300 level class, and I am so ready. Because if this is like the first day, imagine what the rest of the class is going to be like. I've had this professor before too. I had him for Mediterranean archaeology when I took that class. And that was also fun, but we didn't do as much experimental archaeology in that class. We just did surveying techniques and figuring out what layers of soils were and how to catalog those and what have you. But yeah, it's exciting stuff. I'm really happy that I decided to audit this class because I had kind of a free open spot to take a class because my senior seminar doesn't meet every single week when it's scheduled to meet. It just meets whenever it is that we need to be there. The rest of the time, I'll just be filling with looking for articles in accordance with my topics. The other 3 classes I have are, well, one's data mining, one's operating systems, and those are the 2 computer science ones that I have to take. And then well, not have to take, I elected to take those. And then the last one is actually a psychology lab, and it has to do with, oh boy, you can tell I'm brain fried from my editing all afternoon because I'm just frazzled. What is it called? Learning and comparative cognition, in which we get to use animals or we get to study animal behaviors and what have you, the psychology of learning, and then comparing our ability to learn as humans to that of animals, namely rats. So we'll be working with rats this year. Yay me. I'm actually not, I'm super psyched about it because low-key I'm kind of psyched about a lot of stuff. Nothing really disappoints me in terms of learning. If it sounds interesting to me, I'm game. Even if it sounds horribly cancerous, I'll find a way to enjoy it, unfortunately. It's one of my quirks. I actually had to take a class exactly like that once. It was called Religion and Film, and it had a focus on Buddhism. And it was 3 hours once a week, or 3 hours on Wednesdays once a week. We would just sit there, and we couldn't use any technology. We had to take notes, and we just talk about the movies that we watched. And it sounds like it would be fun, but no, it's not. Unless, you have the ability to make jokes with your professor in that capacity, or the students, or you just make your own fun. So you make your own fun. Enjoy life. It's short. Did I make it depressing again? Zombie Teddy, what degree are you going for? So psychology and computer science. Those are my double degrees. This semester I'll be focusing more on the psychology one. Next semester will be for the computer science one. I decided to do that way. I don't have to worry about hyper-focusing on either project when I'd be focusing on the other project. So I split that up. Luckily, it worked out so that I could do that. It took several emails to get to that point, but, here we are. So I'm excited. Desiba, hi, how are you? Have you seen Satsu's little one? Yes, I did see a picture of the baby, and she looks very angry. in I think the picture and the video that I saw, she looked very angry. So I think that's just, what happens when you've been so unceremoniously ripped from your mother in that way. Because I don't know how else do you explain that? Like, that's how that works, right? Maybe. Race Jacobson, double majors because free time is for the week. Exactly. You only get 4 years of college unless you're a super senior at some point, in which case you get 5. Or unless you want to go for grad school, in which case I think you get 6, unless you want to get your PhD, which is ask probably, I don't know. But yeah, goodbye to free time. Hello to no me time. I actually think I like it better that way. I like being busy because I have so much energy, so I just put it into everything that I possibly can, and then I pass out at the end of the night and I just go. I can't move. Are you familiar with Robert Sapolsky's work? No, I'm not. Sorry. Zombie Teddy. So, computer therapist, you're going to help computers work through their issues. Obviously, yeah. That's what we do, right? That I'll work at it. Yeah, no, I'll be in IT, obviously. More than likely, I'll just be creating AIs, or I'll be figuring out how to make a program as user friendly as possible. In my experience, babies make frowny faces when it's time to fill their nappy. Lol. Babies don't generally smile immediately as they're getting out of the room with the womb, obviously. So, and they're all super wrinkly too. They're all like and sleepy and tired and cranky because they're experiencing the world for the first time. You'd think that experiencing the magic of the outside world would be a beautiful thing for them, but no, it's quite jarring because you're going from something that you've always known, a dark, wet cocoon of mom, to a cold environment where you actually have to worry about pooping and eating and breathing and moving and all of the things that make us human. So that's probably why. But at some point, the baby's going to start smiling, and then we'll have all of the lovely infant pictures that we want. Not before. Weebo will create Skynet. Oh, God, I hope not. So you don't want to process that data, and how do you feel about that? Exactly. That's exactly my job in the future. Ranting Monkey said it's too bright for her in the hospital. That's also a possibility. Babies don't have the best eyesight, though, especially just out of the womb. Mostly what they can see, if I remember correctly from my developmental side classes, is babies can only see, they actually can't see in color for the longest time before they actually develop that ability. A lot of it's blurry too because their vision's not quite developed. Okay, so think about it like this. You have your fists in front of your eyes, right? And you're pressing up against them for a while, and it's all dark, and you start seeing the colors or whatever, yada, yada, yada. And then you finally remove them away, and everything's a little bit fuzzy, disorienting. Lights are brighter than they should be, and your face, your eyeballs feels like they're settling back into the way that they should be. So that's probably the closest you could get to experiencing what a baby feels when it is that they first emerge from the womb, at least eyesight wise. It's such an experience for them. And of course, they're not developed enough to actually process that stimuli, much less experience it in the way that you do. So maybe it's the lighting. Maybe it's also the fact that, she just got born. Give her some time, people. Come on. Just light and dark, essentially, yeah. There are 50 of you here. What do you have? Got nothing to do on a Saturday night? Guys, geez. Don't worry. These things will start getting a little bit more regular. The streams in which I talk about things and hang out with you people, they'll start getting more regular and more. They'll have a little bit of a structure to them. Not much, but they'll have structure. I actually have two things on the backlog that I want to talk about when I start doing the live streams. I'll just give you a little teaser preview of what it is that I have planned. The first one is entitled The Real History of White People. The second one is called Christians Against Dinosaurs. And I am super excited to address both of these topics live, preferably with some guests. But you know what? Whatever happens, happens. I'm not picky. I can do either. I'm trying to look at the chat and see what we're doing. I tried to yeet myself before I was born, Lion Patriot says. Oh yeah, I hear stories like that from parents all the time about how their kids were like, oh yeah, my kid popped out like friggin' football from that thing. Shit like that, I think Yeah, no, my dad likes to tell stories about when I was a kid. Oh, they're embarrassing. We're not going to talk about them though. I'm not going to give you guys any little tidbits to make fun of me with because you already do that just enough on your own, or with what it is that I already give you. You once said you wanted a top hat. What is your hat size? I don't know what my hat size is, but I know my head size is like between a medium to a large. My dad's an extra large, which means I come from a family of big heads. Go figure. It's the forehead. But yeah, medium to a large. So you probably want to go a little bit bigger. You have nothing to do on a Saturday night. Jolander. That's okay. I have nothing to do either. I asked my cousin if he wanted to go out to dinner with me. He's like, no, I'm busy. Also, he's having his own scheduled school drama shenanigans, so I'll let him be for right now, but I'll annoy him with it later. I'm the highlight of your evening, Charlie Harris. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. I appreciate that. A whole lot. Hit that like button or you will make the Weebo cry. I don't cry that easily, but yeah, definitely hit the like button. Definitely helps in that capacity because, you know, without gaming the metrics of the YouTube system, where would we be? I missed you too, Jim Adams. I'm sorry that I haven't been as active as I'd like to be, but, you know, life gets in the way. Busyness is busyness. But I can't wait to start actually having like a set schedule where I'm doing things that I want to do when I want to do them, and everything is just perfect. I do like that. Iric Prostate is not a fan of StreamYard. I'm so sorry. I'm working on how to get this all situated in such a way that I like it. I haven't quite decided whether or not I want to continue with StreamYard. If I'm going to switch it between StreamYard and OBS. We will see. I was swinging a chainsaw around all day. Don't feel like going out. El Vacuro 555 says, what does one do with a chainsaw that requires him to swing it around all day? Like, honestly, you cutting down trees, sir? Or are you one of those people that does wood art with chainsaw? Because that's actually pretty cool. I saw that once down in central South Indiana. I can't remember where it was, but there was a guy who was doing wood art with a chainsaw, and it was pretty cool. I'm 29 and I have no life. What about you? What brings you to hang out with us degenerates? Morpheus 29. I like talking to people on the internet. I like socializing with them. I like having these interactions. Sue me. I'm just really happy she and Squishy are healthy. Also happy the baby looks really squishy. Looks like Squishy. Yes, I'm also pleased. Did I see my Streamlabs? Yes, I read prostate, and I did acknowledge that. I think that might have been at that point when I had my first like hiccup in the stream, so I'll read it again. And I need to scroll down because it's all the way. There we go. I read prostate. Thank you for the $5. Don't ever say I never gave you anything. Welcome back to the Digital Shit Show. Much obliged, sir. Yeah, if you guys would like to do the donating thing, it's totally your prerogative. I'm not going to pressure you into doing anything. There's the link to the Streamlabs, and then there's also the super chat button that you can click if you feel so inclined. 4 minutes to Lords of the Night when it starts by. Yeah, obviously I'm not going to go past Lords of the Night. Oh, is it? It's 9:01. All right, give me like a minute of your time just to say thank you for everyone, or to everyone who decided to come out and visit me. Thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to everyone who liked and shared and all that jazz. And thank you guys to just being awesome and not having a life on a Saturday evening. You know, I appreciate it. Go enjoy Lords of the Night because I think is it really starting right now? Yeah. All right. Go hang out with the monkey and the scribe and the Satsu, especially because Satsu's a new dad. So go give him hell for that. I'll be seeing you when I see you tomorrow. Remember, video going live 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's gonna be lit. That sounded so fake. I'm sorry. I need to be a little bit more enthusiastic. It's gonna be great. All right. Bye. Oh God, I can't believe I just did that.